GARUDA PURANAM, Chapter 2. The rishis said, "Why did Vyasa describe to you the Garuda Purana? Do thou describe thus the most excellent theme relating to Vishnu?" The Sutta said, "In the company of the ascetics I had gone to the hermitage of Vadarika. There I saw Vyasa meditating on the great Ishvara. Having bowed unto him, I took my seat and accosted that foremost of ascetics, saying, 'O Vyasa, relate unto me the form of Hari from which has emanated the creation of the universe. Methinks, while thou dost meditate on the Lord, thou must be knowing it. Hear, O Vipras, what he did relate on being thus accosted by me." Vyasa said, "Hear, O Sutta, I will recount the Purana Garuda which Brahma described to me in the company of Narada, Daksha, and others." The Sutta said, "How did Brahma relate the sacred Purana Garuda, describing the true essence unto thee when united with Daksha, Narada, and others?" Vyasa said, "Having saluted Brahma, who was residing in the Brahmaloka, myself, Daksha, Narada, Bhrigu, and others said to him, 'Describe unto us the quintessence of the sacred lore.' Brahma said, 'O Vyasa, I will recount to you the Garuda Purana, the cream of sacred learning, which Vishnu described to me and Rudra formerly, while in the company of other celestials." Vyasa said, "O Brahman, describe to me the Garuda Purana, pregnant with great significance, the essence of all which Hari formerly described to Rudra while in the company of other celestials." And Brahma said, "With Indra and other celestials I had gone to the Mount Kailash. There I saw Rudra engaged in the meditation of the great station. Having saluted him, I addressed him, saying, 'O Shankara, on what art thou meditating? Save thee, I do not know of a greater deity. Do thou therefore describe unto me the subject of thy meditation, the quintessence of the sacred learning, who along with celestials am anxious to listen to it.'" Rudra said, "I meditate on Vishnu, the great soul, the demiurgus, who gives all, who is present everywhere, and who resides in the heart of all creatures. O grandfather, my body is besmeared with ashes, and my hairs have been clotted. All my vowed observances are intended for the adoration of Vishnu. I will describe him unto you, the essence of all on whom I meditate. I am meditating on the deities Hari, Vishnu, Jishnu, who is lotus-naveled and shorn of a body, who is Purity, the source of purity, who is the impersonal self and the individual soul, who is the great Ishvara and who needs all souls with himself. In him exists all the worlds and elements, and into him they enter all the gunas, qualities and elements exist in that Lord of elements, as pearls are strung by a thread. He has 1,000 eyes, a thousand heads, 1,000 things, and the most beautiful face. He is the minutest of the minute, the firmest of the firm, the heaviest of the heavy, and the best of all that is good. In the words, letters, principal and minor sacred lords, and in the true summon he is lauded as truth and the author of true deeds. He is called the ancient Purusha and Brahma amongst the twice born. He is called Sankarsana in destruction. I therefore adore him, in whom all these worlds shine as the Shakula fishes in the water. He is the divine law, the word Om. Brahma, the existent and non existent, and the supreme, the celestials, the yakshas, the rakshasas, and the panagas adore him. Fire is his mouth, the heaven is his head, the sky is his navel, and the earth is his feet, and the sun and the moon are his two eyes. I meditate on him. I meditate on that deity whose breaths are the wind, in whose belly the three worlds exist, and whose arms are the divisions of the time. I meditate on that deity in whose hairs are the clouds, and in the joints of whose body are the four oceans. I meditate on that deity who is above time, who is above sacrifices, who is above the existent and non existent, and who is the beginning and end of the universe. I meditate on that deity from whose mind emanates the moon, from whose eyes the sun, and from whose mouth the fire. I meditate on that deity from whose feet the earth is produced, from whose ears the directions, and from whose head the div celestial region. I meditate on that deity from whom have proceeded the works of principal and minor creations, the various races, manvantaras, and ixuries of the families. I am the import of the mystic formula, and am engaged in adoration and meditation. I am the creator of heaven, and I myself the heaven, and so on. I am the knower, the hearer, the speaker, and object of speech. I am all, and the deity identical with all. I am the source of worldly enjoyments and emancipations. I am the presence of the meditations and adoration. I am the mandalas, the itihasas, or Rudra. O Shiva, I am all the deities. O Shambhu, I am all the forms of knowledge. I am at one with Brahma. O Shiva, I am Brahma, all the regions, and identical with all the deities. I am the personification of righteous conduct and the religion of Vishnu. I am the Varnas and ashramas, and I am the ancient religion. I am the process of regulation, that of self restraint, and the various vowed observances, or Rudra. I am the sun, the moon, and all the auspicious things. Formerly, with asceticism, the birth, Garuda had worshipped me on earth. Pleased with him, I asked him to pray for a boon. and it too prayed for a boon. A Garuda said, "Oh Hari, my mother Vinata had been made a slave by the Nagas. Do thou so order that I may bring ambrosia after vanquishing the Celestials, that I may release her from slavery, and that I may be thy carrier. Do thou so order that I may be highly powerful, greatly strong, omniscient, the afflicter of the Nagas, and the author of Puranas and Samhitas." Vishnu said, "What you have said, O Garuda, will all be accomplished. You will release your mother Vinata from the Nagas. Having vanquished all the deities and others, you will bring ambrosia. You will be the highly powerful carrier. By my favor, you will be the author of the Purana, describing my glories and forms. By your name, it will be celebrated on earth as a Garuda. O son of Vinata, as I am the god of gods and Shri is celebrated, so the Garuda Purana will be celebrated among all the Puranas. As I am worthy of being lauded, so thou shalt be. Meditating on me by your mind, do you describe this Garuda Purana by your birth mouth?" Thus accosted, O Rudra, Garuda described it to Kashyapa. Hearing the Garuda Purana, Kashyapa revived the burnt tree. Hearing yourself with fixed attention, do you revive others with your learning? The bird Om, Om Swaha. This is the great learning of Garuda. Hear, O Rudra, the great Garuda Purana narrated by Garuda.